You're going to need to meet Hanako at Embers.
What? No, I don't want to do that.
You'll finish the game?
No.
You might kill some new people.
No.
Say bye to some friends.
No.
No! Resources in video games is a rather common thing. Doesn't matter if it's rare, used for crafting, or part of your character, like health. Some resources are very common and even come back all on their own. So it would be rather foolish and a little silly to save a resource for later when it comes back in about 3 seconds. Can you beat Cyberpunk 2077 without using stamina? Of course, I must say, the idea for this one was very inspired by fellow creator and, I think, and hope friend, Sweaty Vetter. He himself did a run where also fellow creator and Giga Chad modder JackEXE created a mod where Sweaty had 0 stamina at all times. A peak mod for a peak video. But in said video, even though you have 0 stamina, you can still take actions that require stamina. You just do them with all the power and finesse of someone who says, "Watch this!" before becoming the biggest bag fumbler since Ubisoft. I mean, how do you almost fail with this many properties? And since the rules are very simply don't use stamina, I came up with a simple list of stamina do's and do's nots. Simply stating without perks or cyberware, one cannot dodge, that means rip schlepping, swing any type of melee weapon, such as a Discord mod's favorite tool, Fisty Fisters, the swinger for the LA Lakers, or even chop up a carrot. You can't even shoot, meaning you can't be Lee Harvey Oswald, Jonathan Wickethus, or even Doom Guy. That's a big oof. But you can seemingly, surprisingly, for some reason, sprint all you want, which is kinda cool, also slide, throw grenades, and do any form of stealthing. Doesn't matter if you're backcracking or giving that 1 foot enjoying friend what they want. Sorry if that was a little long-winded for a LarsBurrito intro, but I felt it was important to talk about the do's and don'ts for stamina, especially for those that don't really understand the mechanic in its entirety. And if you think that means the video is solved, we still have more to talk about later on with perks and cyberware, but we'll talk about those as they come up. So that means we can get started. But first, and also I hate this, but it works for the algorithm, which is why I hate it. Like, subscribe, hype the video! We gotta hit the sub goal, that is more subs than BetterHelp, also known as the I hate BetterHelp sub goal, to see me do the silly Rebecca from Cyberpunk Edge Runners cosplay. Listen, we both hated that, but it unfortunately works. So, Cyberpunk. I start with the difficulty that I hate.
I don't want to do that.
Go Corpo because desk jobs take mental stamina, not physical stamina. Hit random until I get the most normal looking merc to ever exist. This is just a regular person. It's crazy. That's wild. Okay. Our day starts with having to say the JOB word uncensored. Show my underlings I'm the HBIC, the hot breakfast in California. I can say hi to the most main character looking NPC to ever exist, before finding out the real main character is Nicolas Cage. Meet with my boss who kinda just spoils Rogue One, before sigh, a well-earned lunch break. Try and get my unemployed homie a JOB, before he does me the service of showing me the joys of unemployment. Before we find ourselves broke after prioritizing our mental health for about 6 months. Re-rush our way to our first job. I also try and find a mod that actually shows the stamina bar at all times, like this Fallout 4 inspired one. Looks cool but doesn't work. But instead find this one that simply just looks more appealing to me. Unknowingly hiding the stamina bar for now. I'll fix that later. Try and unexhaust my friend without exhausting myself. And very thankfully, with my tutorial self starting with grenades, but also quick hacks, meaning I can send high damage emails of hate without using any stamina. And also sending these bricks of grenades without breaking a sweat, until it's one big guy left. Before Jackie, I choose you, letting one Snorlax body slam the other. Get to see any YouTuber after the pain that is 5 seconds of editing, before we send them off with a speech that talks of burnout and with a heavy heart. Before Jackie has a very important question, that being, what is one of the best free-to-play games on the market? A very simple question to answer actually. You need a game that, while being free, still has high quality, and also fits a theme. Think Where Winds Meet, for example, having not only an actually filled open world, an open world that's filled with a main story that'll make you look like most YouTubers when they finish a story game, but also following its chosen Chinese theme to a T. But your free game also needs side content of equal quality to the main story you've already been attached to. And it's also important for your free games to have great frequent updates, like the new Snowland map that's already dropped this April, adding that beautiful white stuff that makes me shiver when it covers me. Adding not only more content to sink your teeth into, like 5 new bosses with new mechanics and fighting styles to test your skill, but even the newest weapon, the Heng Blade, which I definitely said correctly. A traditional weapon from the Tang Dynasty, just as realistic as its real-world counterpart. Alright, I don't know how realistic that is, but it's cool. It's cool though. So if you want to try a free game on PC, PS5, or mobile with 0 paywalls, 0 pay to win, and most importantly, new content, then check out Where Winds Meet. Check the link in the description to start now. And thanks to Where Winds Meet for sponsoring this video. You can watch the rest of it with no mid-roll ads. So enjoy.
Elevator gets us to the garage direct.
But now that my contract is fulfilled, we do the only thing we enjoy these days, which is rotting in bed. Accidentally sleep so long that my fresh new kicks have gone and kicked the bucket. The child with a gun is still as happy as ever, and for really no reason, see the cool map. Oh my goodness, I'm using this mod all the time. And run around said cool map to get enough money to toss a coin to my Ripper, where you get to see my battle plan in action, being cooldown gaming. With RAM for quick hacks and grenades also on the cooldown, I have become Mr. Cooldown, the gameplay. I have made the cooldown gameplay of gamers' nightmares. I also double check and see my stamina bar can't be seen, so I make my way back to the unmodded lifestyle. You'd think stealth would be the best playstyle, since insta-killing with no cost of stamina, but the issue is, I'm very bad at video game mechanics that involve me using brain muscles, or mechanics that need me to do more than press W. And sure, you could comment that you're better than me, but here's this.
Sorry. I'm getting pretty sick of your attitude, that's why I'm sneezing.
And also more importantly, the boom boom and zip bomb combo can do the weird thing that pretty much all Cyberpunk shorts do, being the killing of everyone in one go. I can also help my enemies practice the air splits, and pay the man to take off my skin. Oh hey Lightning McQueen, how are you? I'll also, for once, try and go into deeper detail of which cyberware I take. Mostly still quick, like RAM upgrade to get a RAM upgrade. But with Victor, the victor of my wallet, I can at least pet a cat for free and get forced into this job. A lady needs an information chip sold by Arasaka, and the only way that's happening is if we buy the scary bug bites from the IT department, and also getting more info on the woman who wants said chip. To get prepared, I get glasses that hide when I take a mid-conversation nap, find out that the game is telling me that ladies with dyed hair are dangerous, but also get to see what goth ladies need to put up with on a daily basis.
You look cut, are you?
Find out that even companies can't afford proper RAM and cooling as this hard drive is kept on ice. Evelyn finds out about the previous joke about her and isn't happy. I go back to farming for levels, but not to get my level 10 cyberware addiction fixed, no. I'm getting levels for much more nerd emoji reasons. Don't worry, I have a plan. At least now I can easily take care of problems from the skies, deny requests from a guy.
Suck my balls!
No thanks. And if I'm making this look easy, it's mostly from taking it slow and not rushing it needlessly. Or else the game reminds you who's in charge. Before Jackie and I get to work, refuse to waste any breath on getting us out of this situation. It's on par with not wanting to cook dinner, even though it would be easier than driving out to a place and ordering food. But even though the energy was wasted while not being wasted, I let Jackster have his fun, getting us the buggy boy. And hacking and backcracking our way out of these piles of cybercycle wannabes is a lot easier than you think. The quote-unquote hard part is Salmon Foyce manhandle. And by hard, I more mean dealing with basically erectile dysfunction. And by hard, I more mean dealing with ED, as I keep needing to wait for my grenades and RAM to get up. And even without any proper movement, avoiding him isn't very difficult. And thankfully, once his back is more blown out than that time I backflopped into the pool, and after the slow-paced running around problem is finished, we can turn this living person into a box of loot. My current issue is kind of a lack of consistent damage. But what if I told you, now that I have another level saved up, I can reset my attributes, and with Cool getting to 20 early, I can not only get headshots with pistols better, I can actually make use of such an addition with the run and gun perk. Pistols can shoot from the hip, and doing so no longer requires stamina. Stamina. Sure. Meaning that now that I'm the ranger with a big iron on his hip, I actually have a damage output while waiting for my big ram and grenade bursts, getting the Biotech Mark 1 for longer damage over time quick hacks, double jump legs because peak, as well as having these two for ram upgrades, and also get optical camo for sneaky, but I never really use it, as well as a smart link, as since a smart pistol is still a pistol, if I hipfire, I don't even need actual aiming anymore, creating a really weirdly satisfying combo of throwing hacks and grenades, as well as spamming bullets without needing to aim at all, and jumps to keep myself safe. Somehow accidentally making a very accurate lazy person build. But with testing done, I can see the worst game of charades to ever exist, try and get a cool trailer-like shot.
Joe couldn't come, so Quagmire came over and I told him we could make Kool-Aid, and then he spilled the Kool-Aid all over the kitchen.
Pray to Cyber Psycho Dracula. I talk to the group about how this mission can't possibly go wrong. Be born to dilly-dally before being forced to lock in. Before Alan, we are so fucked. Win an argument. I'm sorry, who beat Starfield as Goku? That's right, I did, so pretty sure I'm the better fan. And with Mr. Arasaka dead,
I don't feel so good.
try to escape, but I'm not wasting any energy jumping my way out. Jackie and I know what most likely needs to happen. We need to break our way out. Until I remember, I'm playing on very hard. So we take it closer to a snail's pace, waving towards the audience while we sit in the grass, being smart by hiding our true strength. If the world thinks you're just a snail, they won't think you're able to shoot the weak spot that they leave out, like a Science Day gift under the Darwin tree. Thanks to the run and gun perk, these drones ain't got nothing on me. Jackie gets to experience sleep without the ads now. Damn it! It should have been me! But as the runner-up, I also get to partake in Forever Sleep. Unfortunately still getting the ads like Cyberpunk 2077. I also get the weird ad of being a rocker boy, Johnny Sleepy Hand. A man so tired, he doesn't even have any kind of stamina to burn through. But this weird dream man still loses his lazy hand, and appears in my brain, making me no longer the same. Get to see what Steam's competition keeps doing to itself. Enjoy a drive the way non-Americans think Americans do, before my doctor says all my relaxing means I may or may not live for another 6 months, and I'll need more than multivitamins. Finding out all these knot squares make a knot circle, get gussied up as Takamura is buying me some free pancakes, all for the low price of doing work for him. He needs time alone with a blue-haired lady for reasons he's embarrassed to talk about, and also needs the maker of the chip to ask him what product he uses in his hair. Oh, and the man in my head wants to commit the eating of the 1%, but we put a pin in that for now. Get to experience pain.
I've seen this fit before. Damn it. Keep her going. What?
You said you definitely live in Zora's domain.
I live for a ham sandwich sometimes. I have to load a save.
And since I'm checking in with Judy to see if she has any information on my mini-boss, I also pick up the Lizzie pistol. Get to use my chill attitude to say pretty please with chocolate sauce on top, which gets me the much needed information that Evelyn is going to be at Clouds, or at least should be. While I probably shouldn't go to a place that drains stamina, I instead hire a therapist, and also find out I can even sleep in the beds. And with my newfound methods to deal with stress, I can still fail at sneaking. What isn't really helping is my friends playing Silly Linguini Cat Simulator Deluxe online.
Oh, I got a Linguini with the rose headband.
I got Linguini with a fedora.
But now that I have an actual pistol to make it easier, letting us take the wood out of this man. I can easily make my way back out of this place of filth, and like a nice person, leave a tip to this lady that let me inside. 2 tips to be exact. Johnny talks about some Alt F4 lady, and I start to make my way to help Judy at Fingers. The people guarding it get hit with the 1-2 Uniflu, and with our ability to gaslight Gatekeep and Girlboss, we easily get Fingers to tell us that Evelyn was taken to work. Horrible. Do a little bit of justice and see allowed such a horrible thing to happen, and with the information we know where Fingers allowed her to be taken to. Judy drives us there, and my combo of DOT from Overheat and Contagion has got me so locked in that I can't even be distracted for a little joke time.
So what time is it?
9/11. I was bracing for a Lars 9/11 joke after I said that.
Nah, you have to earn those from me these days.
I was looking for a 7 because 7, 8, 9. But why was 10 scared? Because it was in the middle
Middle of 9/11.
Go to bed, Lars. It's bedtime.
No, dude, I'm saving Evelyn Parker. So as the sleepy burrito keeps clearing out each scab, with a back crack, neck crack, or otherwise, we can save the lady who drew a thumbnail for some sort of analog horror video. And with Judy's friend saved, she helps me find out the person that was actually going to be buying the chip from Evelyn.
Nah, just find us that Juju wirehead, okay?
Call the man who can get me in front of the VDBs. Experience Cyberpunk 2077 at its most Cyberpunk 2077. Big fucking squeeze me. I became Spider-Man for why? Adjust my little plugs and slots, which pretty much stay the same outside of getting things that can give me more RAM, before my favorite person who is named Takamura, who works for Arasaka, can set up a meeting where me and him can meet. His friend can easily ruin it by saying no. Takamura can do his 1,000-yard stare before he becomes a parent with his kids in the car.
Beta Bakurap!
Experience a little bit of new dialogue.
That was close. He almost recognized me. But a comedian?
Your sense of humor? Why not?
Wakako knows of my lazy ways and hands me a free ticket to following this quest. Takamura is so excited to do it that he actually just immediately calls me. Learn that I may be stupid.
Games like these that make me glad I grew up playing like 90% puzzle games throughout my youth. You feel me, Laws?
Man, as someone who played a lot of Skyrim and no puzzle games, I'm stupid. Takamura can tempt me, so I make him do the research alone. But he still sends me some pictures. Pervert. So to get back at him, I rush into the base that's holding the float Hanukkah will be writing. Takamura actually has a plan for why we need it, and all I need to do is cut down the Arasaka workforce, doing a worse layoff load than Fortnite. My wild yet lazy combo of being the ranger with a tech pistol on her hip, and angry Karen emails of brain melt is so good, the area is clear that I can't even be considered hostile. So with a happy teammate, as well as a better fit in my cyberware now blue, actually get a call from Judy. Oh, that's nice. I hope she wants to hang out or do something fun. Oh, well. So we instead share a sad cigarette, get to see how that one friend acts when we all buy a $3 game for giggles, and do some leveling up before Judy takes me to a weird meeting. Mostly for the death and taxes, and hope that her want to take down clouds can be a dream that actually happens. But now the VDBs want to work. They need the hacker person in the mall out of the mall. And while it's pretty good, the death and taxes is the most hit or miss weapon, as they either hit or miss. And then Sasquatch happens. Her mix of speed and high damage makes this nearly impossible. Well, until I remember the cheat code that I have the perfect cyberware for this. Oh yeah, I have double jump legs. What am I doing? So now that she kinda can't hit anything, she can go boom, somehow find a way to flip out more than usual, side with the people that weren't mean to me, kill them immediately after as they made me feel stupid. Laseed can be mad, but the VDBs need me. Mostly for a memory with Johnny, Alt Cunningham having the same condition I do. So after one time of bing bang boom, she dies from the PP of doom. But it's okay, she's now an AI, even though the bubble is probably gonna burst soon, maybe. The VDBs already experienced the death of not being alive, and making my way out is easy and not important. But the important part is for the people who like fashion, as once Placide can serve the only reason for his being, which is to give me the best jacket in the game, my fashion can be completed. But now I can talk to Rogue. She can find where my helmet is, and the only person who can help me is one Zam-Am taller. It's not even funny. She needs help getting back her now out of season Girl Scout cookies and the horse she rode in on. Readjusting my cyberware one more time, losing some armor to get better RAM with RAM recoup. The method to take on Panam's problems is lots of death from a distance, or also known as shooting things in the face until the face stops facing. Panam wants to kill the people who stole the cookies, and not wanting to waste any energy fighting her, I instead fight her problems. Still something that wasn't as hard as I thought it would be. But now it's time, the most important part of the video, talking about why pancakes are the worst.
To be fair, I don't want to be that guy. I do hate pancakes. Pancakes are just worse waffles. Pancakes are just worse waffles.
It's true. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad somebody finally gets it.
That you use like the same batter. No. Hear me out on this one. Hear me out on this one. You use the same batter, you just cook it in such a way where it doesn't get crispy. Sure, it's fluffy, but if it's a good waffle, it's fucking fluffy in the center. That's just how a fucking waffle works.
Dude,
Oh my gosh, I'm so glad someone finally gets it.
Waffles are just pancakes, but with a crunch, which is why they're better than pancakes. However, in that same vein, I think crepes are better pancakes.
Oh my god, yeah.
Since we're here.
You're so valid for that.
Dude, I can hear Lars' belly jiggling with every sentence.
We take out the drone so we can enter the plant of power, for no other reason than to follow my therapist's advice and make the world remember who I am. And now on at least one watch list, I can see Pan Am do what I do, but backwards, also known as failing. I now need to almost single-handedly save her friends. The soon-to-be ripped robots are easy enough to deal with, but since I need to do it with one hand, I can only save Mitch, meaning Scorpion is no longer a bug, where I can now run my way to the gas station Hellman is trapped in, and save him by hacking and snacking, or rather bullet smacking. But the line's already been said, and with Hellman all mine, he can not only tell me he just used a bar of soap to get his Fallout 4 looking ass haircut, but I can also enjoy an invisible cigarette before it's time to talk to Hanako, getting to find out Takamura leaves comments on my videos.
That is not funny.
And we can go over the simple plan, being that I will take my lazy behind to 3 snippers. The first, as always, is easy. The second one is a mix of me being lazy and bad, and also a death that I don't want to say is my fault, but hey. Before I can take care of the second one, the third falls for his own trap, and Oda can show up thinking he's all that. Oda being Oda, if you have any form of jump away, and at least half decent timing, he shouldn't be that big of an issue, outside of maybe a jump scare, and also having mid loot. But Takamura can fail me, Hanako can bail on me, and I deal with just enough bad guys to leave without any problems. Open the door of creating another ending, and talk to Hanako about meeting her at Embers. But instead, I flop on the floor and tell Johnny that I'll meet up with Rogue. But after instead, grinding levels, Judy wants to meet up for a party, with people I don't know. But she instead hired me to get punched by a guy, which not only earns me sleep on couch, but also coffee and a ham and cheese. Johnny gets the scary fun time, and I get the mean eyes from the mean lady, where we need to get into and on a boat, but I sail away on the slice of death. Get the info from Grayson that Adam Smasher can only be killed in Arasaka. Get to try a pistol that only works sometimes. Johnny is a little bit upset, so I let him find out that all gilfs love a little bit of Fury CEO streams. But even with the want of adult touchy tax time, Johnny gets nothing, and is now even more sad. So I get us to level 29. It doesn't cure his depression, but with reflexes at 20, I not only get a little bit of movement with air dashes, at level 20 perk, they stop costing stamina, meaning we now have decent range, decent movement, and not half bad health. All of this done with no stamina. Also, while waiting for Judy's calls, I meet up with my best man, getting to enjoy a nice date where I'm mean to a faction that I don't like.
Fuck off, Kitty Claus.
Fuck off!
And even getting to see him do a little bit of cleanup. We also hold up a guy with a bad haircut, even getting to choke out an animal lady, so again, the best date ever. I find out his friend is bad, which makes him sad, but while he gets over it, I press funny button like at least 20 times, before Judy is ready to take Clouds down, mostly done because of me, even if I struggle with these 2 enemies for an embarrassing amount of time, using all of the movement that I can muster to get it done. But the job is done, and I at least get a little peck on the cheek. Oof, the things I do for love. Cyberware upgrade for the last time, getting self-ice for counter quick hacks, and X-Disc for extra RAM slots. And just the best armor Cyberware money can buy. Find a man in the best outfit. But it's okay, no stereotypes were harmed in the making of this clip. Wait, for so long I accidentally remake my favorite clip from the Edge Runners Let You Down music video, before Judy is ready for a romantic time under the water stars. But I almost ruin it with an underwater heart attack, and once I'm alive and awake, Judy thinks that the best thing to do is have woman-on-woman tax returns. You might be thinking this takes stamina, but no, sex takes stamina. This is pure, clean fun, love making. The only bad part is a shared cigarette. Before fine, whatever, I'll go to Embers. Hanako wants us to die for the cause, my doctor says death is near, and Johnny said it's time to call in Wrinkles and the Black Man. They are gonna storm Arasaka Tower, recreating the horrible event where a second bus flew into Big Ben, but the only Big Ben here is me, as I'm the only one telling the time. Of death. My death. But for the actual fighting that happens, it's basically another case of not cover shooting, and sneaky backcracking. We can sneak our way into security, which opens the path to Mikoshi. What should be a simple walk turns into a fight with the Atom Smasher. Rogue can turn into dust, and the fight with Smasher can actually be rather easy. You missed that, didn't you? You didn't see that. I mean, I don't blame you. I didn't either. Ha! It's rewind time. Yeah, so apparently the arm launcher, one of the worst cyberware in all of Cyberpunk 2077, uses stamina. How this uses stamina, I will never know. When I originally got it, I thought it would be a slightly better grenade, but no, it is not. So, how do we fix this? Obvious. I reload a save, in which I got said arm launcher at level 20, redid pretty much everything up to this point. And I'm getting a new funny line.
Why are you so surprised? Did the sun bake your brain? Unlike you, I don't bail. Especially if I've already given my word. I managed to help Mitch at the wreck. With Scorpion. We didn't make it.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, thanks.
Find out I should have called a helpline, as Takamura is ready for the parade right as I'm checking out. Easily fight Oda, and level back up to 30 for my dash perk again. Trying to speed by it is even for these sections I didn't really use it outside of the Oda fight. And while I could have re-edited the video to not include this part, I think it's rather important to show not only do people make mistakes, learning from them is better than hiding from them. And if you think that what I do is a perfect process, it very clearly is not. But also, more importantly, the worst cyberware in the game is even worse because it takes stamina. Are we for serious? This shouldn't take stamina. It's so bad. Outside of the fucking DLC upgrade. Why does this take stamina? Please, I need to know why. Anyway, getting back to the fight with Smasher, this time letting Waylon die as self-punishment for my accidental cheating. In the fight itself, not really that hard. I mean, I could jump around and dash, and quick hack more safely thanks to self-ice, and not to mention smart guns. I can run and jump around without even needing to aim. Stamina or not, Atom Smasher is gone without a sweat. Totally not overkilling him after having to deal with what I had to deal with. And that's it. Get into a relationship with my best lady friend, have her dump me, and go to space in hopes to finally get some much needed rest. And prove that almost barely if you have to reload a save and fix your mistakes, yes, you can beat Cyberpunk 2077 without using stamina. Thank you so much for watching, and show your support however you see fit. Thanks once again to Sweaty Vader for that original video. Without it, I probably wouldn't have made this video. And of course, thank you all so much for watching. I already said that. Okay, the next couple runs might be not Cyberpunk. I mean, the next one's probably not Cyberpunk and then another Cyberpunk. But then after that, it should be like a not Cyberpunk night swap. Not But yeah, hoping for the rest of the year to have a little bit more variety. So, thumbs up emoji. And not as always. What? No, I don't want to do that.